Who's actually going to get the most out of a power lift recliner that also massages, heats, and has cup holders built in? Is it a must-have for anyone who just wants a comfy spot to binge a show, or is it a pricey gadget that only makes sense for a specific set of buyers? And, of course, does the price line up with the everyday value you'd expect from a piece of furniture that promises to help you stand up, relax your muscles, and keep a drink within arm's reach? Those are the questions that keep most of us scrolling past the glossy product photos, and they're the ones I'm going to tackle before you decide whether to click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest hesitation I see people have is around the electric lift claim. It sounds like a futuristic chair, but the reality is that the mechanism is essentially a small motor that tilts the seat forward to help the user rise. If you or a family member have limited mobility, arthritis, or simply struggle to get up from a low-sitting position, that lift can be a genuine game-changer. I've watched a few videos where seniors, after a short adjustment period, can transition from a fully reclined position to standing with just the press of a button. That's not something a regular recliner does, and it can reduce the risk of falls when getting up after a nap or a movie marathon. On the flip side, if you're a relatively fit, mobile adult who just wants a place to put your feet up, the lift feature might feel like an unnecessary extra. The motor adds weight and cost, and you'll notice a faint hum when it engages. For most younger buyers, that hum isn't a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of if you're looking for a whisper-quiet piece of furniture. Now let's talk about the massage and heating functions. The dual motor setup means the chair can simultaneously recline and lift, and it also powers the massage rollers that glide across the lower back. The heating element is positioned behind the same padded backrest, so when you turn the knob, you get a gentle warmth that spreads across the lumbar area. In a real-world scenario, this is the kind of thing you'd use after a long day of standing in the kitchen or after a workout. One reviewer I saw mentioned that the heat helped ease a sore back after a weekend of gardening, and the massage gave a quick reset before diving back into chores. The strength of the massage is modest, not a deep tissue therapist's hands, but enough to stimulate circulation and make you feel a little more relaxed. If you're hoping for a spa-level experience, you might be disappointed. The intensity levels are limited to 3 settings, and the rollers focus mainly on the lower back. There's no foot or shoulder massaging, and the heat doesn't extend to the seat cushion. For someone who wants a full-body treatment, you'd probably need a dedicated massage chair that costs significantly more. But for the price point of this recliner, the combined heat and massage is a nice perk that adds real comfort without turning the sofa into a medical device. One of the practical strengths that often gets overlooked in the glossy marketing is the leather upholstery. It's described as high quality, breathable, and easy to clean, and in my own experience with similar leather recliners, the material does hold up well to daily wear. If you have kids or pets, the leather can be wiped down with a damp cloth, and it won't absorb spills the way fabric does. The orange color is bold, so it makes a statement in a living room, but it also means you'll want to keep it away from direct sunlight to avoid fading over time. In a home theater setup, the bright hue can actually serve as a visual cue, reminding you where the relax zone is. The cup holders are another small but handy detail. They're integrated into the armrests, which means you can keep a soda, tea, or remote within reach without having to balance it on a side table. In a typical movie night scenario, that convenience translates into fewer interruptions. No need to pause the film to fetch a drink. However, the holders are sized for standard cans and mugs. A large travel tumbler might not fit comfortably, so keep that in mind if you prefer oversized drinkware. Installation is a point where many buyers hit a snag. The recliner arrives in a few large boxes, and you'll need to assemble the frame, attach the leather panels, and connect the power cables. The instructions are fairly detailed, but they assume a certain level of DIY comfort. If you're not comfortable with using a drill or handling electrical components, you might want to enlist a friend or consider hiring a local handyman. The upside is that the assembly process isn't overly complex. Most people get it done in under an hour. The downside is that the need for self-installation adds a hidden time cost, especially if